Today I'm going to talk a bit about Google Classroom. While many of you use it, maybe not everyone who's tuning in has used it, so let me just take you through some of the basics of Google Classroom. So if you Google search, or type in the Google address bar, Google Classroom, you will get a link that will ultimately lead you here. There's also a way to use the app under your in the G Suite as well. But just for ease, let's go here. Once you're here, if you have no classes, or if you've only taken one class so far, then you may not see much. But if you are going to create a class, you create a class here, or you join a class here. And if you've joined classes, you've seen this already. So let's talk about some of the updates in a new class. I'm going to go into Writers Club, which is my after-school program. And if you look at this, this is the new way. This is how the stream works in the new version of Google Classroom. But under the new version of Classroom, you can go to Classwork. And so what you have here is you can organize things by topic. And like I said in my little description above this video, I am not the expert by any means. You have an expert at the high school, Greg Schaefer, and you have an expert here at Miller, which is Christine Gilbertson. Those two are experts, and they can tell you way more than I can in this less than 5-minute video. But here's one of the ways you can do this, and I'm going to show you how to add an assignment. So you have topics. What's great about this is you can edit it. You can delete it, you can copy it. But let's say I say, oh, Lost is really a story, and I want to add it to short stories, and then I click save. And then now what'll happen is, now instead of having this stuff up here, I have it under here. So this way it's just a little bit more organized for the students as well as for you. One of the things you can do obviously here is you can create your assignment, your question, your material. You can reuse a post from another class. You can create a topic. But let's talk about creating an assignment. So I have an assignment created already over here called Trick or Treat. And so once I have this assignment created, let's say because it's a writing assignment, I want to add a rubric. So I have an add-on that I have already used called Orange Slice, and I click Score Rubric. And what Orange Slice does for all of you language artsy people like me, it has some things that already has created for you as a rubric, or you can create your own. So if that's something you want to do, you can do that. But let's say I'm going to use theirs. So I'm going to do A, B, C, D, F as grades. And let's say I'm looking at my vocabulary and my conventions and my organization. And honestly, I would never do this for Writers Club. Writers Club is a club, but I'm showing you how to do this. So then you click Create Rubric, and voila. The rubric is right there for you. So then then it's attached, and then you score it later. But you need to do this when you create something and put it in Google Classroom. So let's say in here I'm going to create an assignment, and I'm going to call it Trick or Treat. And under the topic, it's Halloween. And I'm going to say it's due tomorrow because honestly, I don't want to read about trick-or-treating in April. So then I'm going to add my document. So you click on Drive. And if you just created it, it's right there for you. So now here I can say students can view the file or they can edit the file. But in this case, I want to make a copy so that they have their own copy. And then I click Assign. So what you'll see is it's there. It has the rubric attached to it. And the best part is it's even in my topic. So it's all ready to go. I know that there has been some questions about the calendar. So here's a Google Calendar for the assignments. So for teachers who put in, and actually you're going to see my entire Google Calendar because I have appointments on it. But for teachers who put in assignment due dates, those show up on the Google Calendar, and it'll show up by color. So every different class is a different color. So something helpful for students to use. There's also files. So if you click on the folder, this will show the items in that folder for that classroom. So this way, again, another kind of quick way to go and find materials. One of the things that I have been, that I've seen with a student, or that with how a teacher can use this, and let me see here. Let's say I go here to turned in, and the student turned in something. What you'll notice over here is that, obviously this is the student work right here in the middle. But I can add a grade here for the student, and I can change total points if I don't want it to be 100, if I want it to be 10 or 5 or whatever. I can add a private comment, which I did, and once you start typing here, then it gives you an option to post or cancel. But then what else you can do, what's really great for our writing teachers, is you can add comments. You can add a comment, and then it's always in your bank. So I could say, I appreciate your description. Well thought out. And I can say add, and then it just stays here. And then if I want to add it to an article, I can copy it, I can edit it, click on it. I can copy it to the clipboard, then I can go back and I can post it here, anything like that. So that way it's just, if it's something you type over and over and over, it's just in one place where you can get to it, and then you can always click return, and then that will send it back to the student as well. So then they know that you've graded it once you've graded it. And again, this is Writers Club, so I don't grade things there. The instructions are also here once you're under that other view. But again, just some really quick things to help you get going on Classroom. You have classes, you have a calendar, you have a to-do list. So things for you to do as the teacher as well. So again, just a brief overview. If you'd like to learn more about Orange Slice or Google Classroom, you are welcome to click the button that says Book Me, and you can find a time that works for you that I'm open, and book yourself in, and I'll come over and we'll work on this together. So this is not, you're not out on your own, but just here to help you and let me know what I can do. So thanks for tuning in, and hope to talk soon.